time. They're often quick enough to freeze time. What I won't do for some me time. What I won't do for some me time. Hold time and cherish it till there's no time. We will be transforming in no time. Seeds planted, all we need is grow time. Lights, camera, action, showtime. You hold me up, I can't wait. You slow me down, I can't wait. You standing around in one place. One time is too late. 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 Everything is moving faster. Yeah, everything is going faster. Yeah, the whole world moving faster. Yeah. Can't wait, I'm impatient. Feel like I'm stuck in creation. Speed kid, but the thrill is in danger. Pushing the red line till it changes. The microwave generation. Rushing has become human nature. Sitting still is painful. We prescribe euthanasia. Then you had nothing but free time. After here where the Almighty will seize time. We only here for a brief time. We only here for a brief time. Hold time and cherish it till there's no time. We will be transforming in no time. Seeds planted, all we need is grow time. Lights, camera, action, showtime. You hold me up, I can't wait. You slow me down, I can't wait. You standing around in one place. One time is too late. 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 Everything is moving faster. Yeah, everything is going faster. Yeah, the whole world moving faster. Yeah, faster. Yeah, speed kills. Just wanna take it up. Way up. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm standing tens, man. It's game time. Let's work now when we can party later. Trying to make $1 million, not involve a hater. I'm sorry, hater, if you feel that way. You wanted to change, but it's still that way. And I'm on a money mission, make $1 million a day. Wanna get me out the scene, but I'm still in the way. And I bet you my success get you feeling away. What you willing to do? What you willing to say? Me, I'm putting in the overtime. Got the lights on the ice, so you know I shine. They don't go to your shows, but they go to mine. Got them close to the edge.
Well, 17s, we've been waiting 4.5 months for this moment, and now it has arrived as we welcome you to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the Atlanta United clubhouse, the tunnel through which Atlanta United and DC United will walk onto the pitch. And when the golden spike is driven, we'll be ready to play the home opener of the 2018 MLS regular season for Atlanta United, and their opponent today, a familiar one, and one that has given Atlanta United a lot of problems, DC United. Mike Conti and Jason Longshore, give us your questions right now at the bottom of your screen. We'll be happy to take them as we roll on with the AT&T Countdown to Kickoff. It's been a long wait, and that's one of the good things about having a nice playoff run is the offseason is short. But just based on all the energy, all the emotion that we've seen outside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, this is going to be a really fun afternoon inside.
Yeah, it was very cool to get here early. Got into the Gulch about 11 o'clock, and people were already there, tailgating, having a good time. Loud out there in the Gulch. Always cool to make that walk from the Gulch in. That's kind of my game day ritual now. Excited for the opener. Excited for a chance to wash the taste out of the mouth of last week.
Well, I know some of you out in the Gulch may be watching us on your phones right now because you're waiting for the exclusive reveal of the starting 11. And let's show it to you right now because we've been looking forward to this. And we're seeing it for the first time, too. So as we look at this, the first thing that stands out to me, Jason, there it is, the three-man back line.
Hey, Tata Martino teased this throughout the preseason. We saw it in the second half of a lot of preseason matches. And today we get Michael Parkhurst back into the starting lineup with Leandro Gonzalez-Perez and Franco Escobar flanking him in the back. Greg Garza and Julian Gressel are your wing backs. Jeff Larinowitz moves back into his familiar defensive midfield role as the number 6. Darlington Nagbe will be the mixed midfielder. He'll jump up and help the attack. He'll also drop to help Lorenowitz defensively. And then the attacking trio, Miguel Almiron behind Tito Villalba and Joseph Martinez.
All right, let's dig into this back line a little bit more because there were some problems in Houston last week, not to mention the injury to Leandro Gonzalez-Perez, and he's back, so that's good news. But Franco Escobar, who was pretty good last week in Houston, this is going to have to be a good day for him today.
This is why you go get Franco Escobar from Newell's Old Boys. He's a player who's comfortable at right back, also comfortable playing in the middle. His last match with Newell's Old Boys was against the Argentine Legends River Plate, and he played center back and played very well. He gives you that versatility to be able to flip back and forth. If things don't look right early, it's very easy to switch to a four-man back line with Escobar and Garza in the lineup. That versatility is key for Tata Martino today.
Now, if you have questions on the starting 11, again, go ahead, type them in on the bottom of your screen. A couple other quick points. Almiron goes back to the number 10 today.
Yeah, in this type of setup, I think Almiron will be very free. He can slide out to the left to take advantage of opportunities, but he'll be behind Tito Villalba and Joseph Martinez. We saw that pair at times late last season playing with two up top. I think they complement each other really well, so I want to see how that works. Look for Almiron to make some late runs to the left side off of Martinez.
Lorenowitz goes back into the midfield.
That's huge. Jeff Lorenowitz has the best soccer IQ in this team and maybe in the whole league. He's the player who can adjust and fix things when they're not going right in the midfield. And last week, there were some problems in the midfield. You get Lorenowitz and his leadership back there, I think things will be a little more shored up.
Well, last year against DC United, Jason, Atlanta United, no wins, 3 losses, no draws. They have to be better this year. But then DC United went out and they found a familiar face in Yamil Assad, who will be making his return to Atlanta today. There's the first goal in Atlanta United franchise history, and it was scored by Yamil Assad back at Bobby Dodd Stadium in March of 2017. So this will be an emotional day for Assad. But he also makes DC United a lot better.
He does, but it's not just Assad. This DC team, they're spending money now to go out and get some exciting attackers. They added pieces last summer in the transfer window. They added more in the offseason. That triple-A attacking midfield of Assad, Luciano Acosta, and Paul Areola is very dangerous. And Acosta was a big problem for Atlanta last year.
No doubt about it. If you're wondering, by the way, Assad was greeted friendly by, I don't even know if that's a word, friendly or not. But he was greeted very warmly by the Atlanta United supporters when he walked onto the pitch a little while ago. But yeah, Acosta, DC United in general, for whatever reason, they seem to have the magic touch. That was a giveaway there that led to a goal up at RFK, and that's something that Atlanta United can ill afford to do today.
No, Acosta scored twice in matches against Atlanta United last year. They didn't lose when he scored last year. And he's that little 5'3", quick dribbler in the midfield and in pressure, and this is something that we're going to see more of from DC United this year. Acosta, Areola, Assad all have great quickness. Darren Maddox is very fast and strong up top. They can make things difficult for Atlanta United playing out of the back today.
Luciano Acosta, 5'3", 130 pounds, but he is a fire plug who's been very, very good for DC United. Continue to send in your questions on the bottom of your screen. Jason and I will get to some of them right now, but if you have more as we go along with the AT&T Countdown to Kickoff, we'll try to get to it. Who will have, Jason, the biggest impact on today's match, and also a shout-out for the Alzheimer's Association for Atlanta United fans?
I think for Atlanta United, the player who needs to have the biggest impact is Darlington Nagbe. In this type of formation, that number 8 box-to-box or mixed midfield or whatever term you want to throw, it's very important because you don't have as many numbers forward. Greg Garza and Julian Gressel will be coming from a little bit deeper positions. So Nagbe jumping up to help the attacking trio is critical today, but he also has defensive responsibilities too.
Yeah. Played 61 minutes in Houston last week before being subbed out. Darlington Nagbe. Continuing with your questions, and again, keep them coming on the bottom of your screen. Will the roof be open today? At Bullinger wants to know, hey, Bullinger, I don't think you want the roof to be open because I've looked at my phone. It's like a 90% chance of rain at 3 o'clock.
It's kind of a dreary March afternoon here. The roof will be open this season, but not today with this weather.
No. So, dry pitch, well, until they water it. But yes. 72 degrees and a fast pitch here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So comfortable conditions for all you 17s to get loud. What's the difference between this week's lineup and last week's? That's one from Miguel Sanchez. Thank you, Miguel.
That's a great question, Miguel, because the way this team plays with 3 in the back is very different than the 4-2-3-1. Greg Garza and Julian Gressel have to be very intelligent in when they go forward and when they sit back. The thing about this lineup, too, though, is you do have a lot of versatility built in. So you can go to 4 in the back if you need to. Those 2 can press up high and leave the 3 behind, on their own. Lorenowitz covers them. Or it can kind of turn into a 3-4-3 at times. It's very versatile. DC hasn't seen Atlanta United do this. It could throw DC United off.
The one thing Atlanta United does not want to do or need to do today, Jason, is concede early as they did in Houston.
Atlanta United, with 71,000 plus here at the Benz, has to take advantage of that momentum. They have to get an early goal. They have to take control of the game. DC is probably not going to have a lot of the ball. They're probably going to sit back a lot and look to counter. Atlanta United has to pick the right passes, and they have to be more decisive in the final third.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the AT&T Countdown to Kickoff, including the exclusive reveal of Atlanta United starting 11. We will do this every week of the season, 1 hour prior to kickoff. Today's match will kick off a little after 3:10 Eastern Time. If you're here at the Benz, if you're walking up, or if you're watching at home, enjoy the match, and we'll see you next week here on the AT&T Countdown to Kickoff.
Work some more, like Poppy called and had work alone. So hungry, man, I got a thirst for more. Oh, yes, it's peace, but we the first of all. Trying to kick it down, I might burst the door. Let my people in, the water streets is in. About 100 deep, I wanna see some wins. Took a flight tonight, I'm on the beach again. Like a sprinter, how I run life. Trying to do a lot of living cause I love life. But we all gotta leave here one day. Only know how to go about it one way. Work hard, baby, Monday to Sunday.